It's Fantastic Friday, and today we're going to look at a new genre. Our statement is good readers read a variety of genres. We're going to be looking at a procedural text, and the title is On the Way to a Ranch. I'm going to pull up the text for us. Okay. The title of our text is On the Way to a Ranch. So go ahead and start thinking about road signs and what you know about road signs. What do you know about road signs? What kind of road signs have you seen before? What kind of road signs do you see maybe on your way to school? What kind of road signs do you see on the way to your grandparents? What kind of road signs do you see around your house or in your neighborhood? Okay, so our text is to call it On the Way to a Ranch. The first sentence says, we are going to a ranch. So what do you think we're going to be reading about here? Looking at the pictures, the title, and the first sentence, make a prediction about what we will read about. What are we going to read about? What are we going to learn about? So you're probably thinking that we're going to learn about different kinds of signs on the road to the ranch. So signs we would see on the way to the ranch. And you probably thought that because you see all the road signs on these pages and you saw the title On the Way to the Ranch, and the first sentence says we are going to the ranch. So let's talk a little bit about procedural text before we begin reading. Let's see. Purpose of a procedural text. So when we're doing the scientific method, this part of the method where we take steps in the project, that's called the procedure. So think about that. They sound similar. Procedural text and procedure are similar words. So procedural text, it tells the reader how to do something. The information is presented in a step-by-step process. So the author's purpose is to tell the reader how to do something. And it's in a step-by-step purpose. So kind of like a science experiment, kind of like a recipe, like the slime recipe. Transition words. Procedural text use transition words like first, then, next, before, after, finally. We use those same words when we're writing. Those are called transitional words. Ingredients. List of the ingredients and amounts needed. So procedural text lists the ingredients and the amounts needed. Action words. Verbs. Procedural text use specific verbs to ensure the instructions are easy to follow. Title. The title states the goal of the activity. Okay. So, on the way to a ranch, that must mean that the goal would be to get to the ranch and not the ranch dressing. Materials. It lists the equipment. And the rest of our slides are blank for some reason. That's okay. We have some more to look at. Procedural text. Procedural text tells the reader how to do or make something. It is broken down into sequenced small steps. So here is a list of types. Recipes, rules for games. I never thought of that one. Science experiments, road safety rules, manuals. So if you ever get a new toy and it has a manual and there's instructions on how to set it up and get it started, that's an example of procedural text. The goal is, the elements. So just like a folktale has elements, a fairy tale has elements, a fable has elements, a legend has elements, fictional text has elements, nonfiction text has text features. Procedural text, this genre, has its own elements, and one of them is a goal. A goal is what the procedure aims to make. So what are you going to do at the end? What product are you making? Materials or ingredients. So those are the items that you need for this project. steps in order, step-by-step instructions. Okay, and a conclusion, a short statement outlining what the final product should be like. All right, we have one more poster. Procedure. A procedure tells you how to do something. Okay, so procedural text tells you how to do something. It gives you a step-by-step sequence of activity. So the order of events on how you're going to get to the goal. It will have a title, a goal, and that's like the aim, like what you're trying to do, what you need, so that would be the ingredients, the steps, method or instructions, okay, the steps you need to get there, and evaluation or check. So that's like the conclusion sentence, one sentence to follow up what the goal was at the end. All right, let's go back to our text for today. All right, so we're going to go ahead and read through these points on the side about this procedural text. A sign gives us information. It may tell us what something is, where to go, what to do, or what to watch out for. A symbol is something that stands for something else. Picture symbols give a lot of information in a small space. Warning signs are usually yellow diamonds with black symbols. This makes them easy to spot. As you read on the way to the ranch, look for signs and symbols and explain what they mean. All right, so let's start reading the text and see what we can find out about on the way to the ranch. We are going to the ranch. We will see signs and symbols along the way. They will help us. These signs tell us which highway we are on. We can check the number on our map. All right, I've seen signs like that before when I'm driving on the highway. So, what information is on these signs? So, on these two signs right here, what information do we see? So they tell us the highway number. This is the speed limit, 10. Well, that's slow. So that tells us some information about the ranch, that people don't drive fast at the ranch. And they tell us that, oh, well, this one's here. This sign tells us that fuel is available. Oh, okay, I messed up, sorry. Let's read this whole page again and then answer the questions. These signs tell us which highway we are on. We can check the number on our map. This symbol of a fuel pump tells us that there is gas up ahead. This sign tells us how fast we can go on this road. So now let's look at the questions. What information is on these signs? So talking about all three of these signs. So this one tells us the highway number, Highway 10. Highways go east and west. This sign tells us that there's gas up ahead, so if you're looking for gas. And this sign tells us that it is 40. We see those all over the place. It's a very common sign to see. The next question says, why do many signs use symbols? Why do many signs use symbols? Think about why a symbol would be easy for everybody to understand. A symbol can give information more quickly than words and in a smaller space. Warning signs are always the same color and shape so that drivers will notice them and be able to respond quickly. And when you are 15 and trying to get your permit, you will learn all of these signs and take a test on it so that you can be prepared for driving on the road, so that you'll know what these symbols and signs mean really quickly. Good readers pay attention to signs and symbols as well as words when they read. A picture symbol can often communicate a message that would require many words. Symbols are a good way to communicate a lot of information in a little space. One quick look can give the message, right? You see symbols all over. Symbols represent things all over in different capacities, even like on your iPad. Let's go to the next page. Signs that are yellow and diamond shaped tell us to watch out. This sign tells us to watch out for cattle. This sign tells us to watch out for horse riders. Why are warning signs usually the same color and shape? Why are warning signs usually the same color and shape? So warning signs are the same color and shape so that you know to be alert when you see that color and shape, or stands out. If everybody knows that the warnings are yellow, that really stands out. What does this sign mean? So they're talking right here. This sign tells us we are there. We are at the ranch. What does this sign and symbol mean for number? Well, it just tells us that we're at the ranch. It's just like the entrance to the ranch. Can you retell the order of events in the text using the words? Let's do it. The signs we see give information. First, we see a highway sign. Next, we see where to get gas. Then we see what the speed limit is. After that, we see cattle crossing and the sign for horse riders ahead. And then last, we see the sign for the ranch. We learned about 5 different signs. Which sign is on the way to the ranch? Which sign on the way to a ranch, do you think is most likely to be on or near the ranch in a southern ranch? I bet it is, well, there's 2 that I think, the warning signs for the cattle crossing and the horse riders. All right, this is your part, which you're going to work on this part independently. You are going to draw a sign that could be posted near a roundup. So like a roundup from a southern ranch, like the one in a southern ranch. Write about what the sign means and why you chose it. So you're going to draw your own sign that could be posted near a roundup. So use a symbol. And then you need to write 2 sentences. Write about what the sign means. That's 1 sentence, or at least 2, and why you chose it. So 1, what the sign means, and 2, why you chose it. You can use some paper in your word journal, or you can use some blank paper that you have at your house. I want you to draw a sign and then take a picture of your work, your sign, and your 2 sentences and send it to me so that I can see your signs. Thanks for watching.